Hey, it's been awfully quiet on this channel for the past few weeks. I don't really want to go into detail why, but let's just say that there were a few things happening mostly beyond my control that left me in a spot where I couldn't record or edit for some time. And I will start uploading again now, but I'm going to take it slow and see where I'm at. Sekiro will obviously continue, and I also have several hours of Elden Ring randomizer footage that I just need to edit, and I hope I can get them out soon-ish. But yeah, there are a few different things I also want to talk about, namely Lies of P and Armored Core 6. So yeah, let's start with the funny doll game. I played part of the demo back in July and I had a great time, so yeah, well, let's play that here on the channel when it releases in a few days. Actually on Monday, I think. Here are some of my thoughts on it. The game is clearly heavily inspired by From Software's catalog. That's completely out of the question. It's, in my opinion, a textbook example of a Souls-like. But it still manages to differentiate itself enough to stand on its own, I think. The setting looked very intriguing to me, and yeah, I really liked the aesthetic and the look of the game in general. I didn't quite warm up to the block and parry system during my time with the demo, and dodging felt kind of weird, but we'll see how it is in the actual game. Maybe I just need to get used to it. Probably, actually. Overall, I'm very excited for the game, and I will try to get the first episode out on Monday when the game releases, but I can't promise anything right now. Second, Armored Core 6. I wanted to let's play that as well originally, but then decided to just play it for myself during the break. And yeah, I only bought this game because it's a From Software game, and I would have missed it completely if it wasn't, I'm going to be honest. But oh boy, am I glad I did play it. Maybe it's just because I had literally zero expectations and this it's From Software so it has to be good mentality, but it blew me away completely. I don't even know where to start. Maybe with the world building. Yeah, this is just classic FromSoft. A giant world with tons of history and you get told barely anything up front. You can figure a lot of things out by looking at the world around you, listening to enemies talk, finding data logs, reading descriptions, yada yada. How it is in all games, basically, by From Software. However, unlike, say, Dark Souls, the game actually has a storyline that you're able to follow, mostly through the mission briefings. I actually felt like I knew what the fuck was going on during my first playthrough. Some things are still left very unclear and are very ambiguous, especially certain endings, but you won't need any lore videos to get a basic idea of what's happening. Speaking of the endings, let's talk about what happens after them, the NG+. If you play through the game once, you've seen about half the game. During your first playthrough, you will be met with decisions where you have to choose between multiple missions. These decisions influence how the story progresses and lock you out of the other missions for that playthrough. In NG+, you can take on these missions that you missed, but there are also entirely new missions, new arena fights, new parts to find, new decisions to make, and also alternate missions, which change halfway through a mission with new objectives or challenges. Those alternate missions were some of my favorites because they kept you on edge and made the missions I already knew unpredictable and way more engaging. And this also applies to NG++, meaning that to play all missions and get all endings, you will have to finish the game 3 times. And it's incredibly worth it. NG++ was, in a positive way, one of the most absurd experiences I've had in gaming in a long time. It was this feeling of holy shit, it just keeps on going. The same feeling I had on that elevator down to Shifra in Elden Ring, for example. Another thing, and this was one of the first things I noticed, it was just how smooth the game feels to play. The game is noticeably very well optimized. I ran the game on high graphic settings, which I'm not always able to do, and during my entire time with the game I've had 2 moments where the game lagged for 1 or 2 seconds. The rest of the time, the game ran consistently at 60 FPS. Everything else, music, art direction, voice acting, characters, boss fights, build variety, 10 out of 10. No complaints at all. Overall, I highly recommend this game. This is just, I don't know, it's up there with Elden Ring right now for me. Alright, thank you so much for watching. This is kind of a different video than usual and I don't plan on making these more often, I guess. It's kind of just what I've been doing in the meantime. And but overall, I have some stuff in planning right now that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. So watch out for that, although it still might be some time until it releases. So I'm going to very cheekily ask you to subscribe so you don't miss that. Yeah, I've done it. And hopefully I'll see you again on Monday with Lies of P. Bye.